Thanks to our good relationship with the Liu Qixing, we were asked by Ganyu to help her investigate some links they had discovered between the treasure hoarders and the Abyss Order. Strange combination. But, of course, as soon as we heard Abyss Order, we immediately said yes. Our investigation led us to a ruin in deepest, darkest Liu, where we were greeted by what I can only describe as the strangest ritual site I have ever seen.
This looks like a person. Could it be the Grand Thief? Why is he in that position? Is he praying to something? That's... Why is the statue of the Seven hanging upside down? And the statue's hands... Paimon remembers they're normally holding an orb, right? But this statue is holding... What is that? He's dead. Ah! Now what? We can't stay here! Quick, run!
You cannot spy on the secrets of the Abyss. You have come here. You have seen our secrets. For this, you must pay the price. As a herald, I will mete out your punishment.
An Abyss Herald?
Dainsleif. Oh, I thought you were just a couple of pests that stumbled in here by mistake. So, you are with Dainsleif, that constant annoyance in our affairs. Did he send you here to die? His resistance against the Abyss has gone nowhere for a long time. There is nothing you can do to change the tide. The Abyss is unstoppable. This power, it seems familiar. I see. So it's you. You are the one. In that case, I shall stay here no longer.
Oh, such a strong enemy. Who knew the Abyss Order had monsters this powerful among them? Huh? What is it? What are you thinking about? Oh, right, yeah. We're near the exit now. Let's get out of this scary place before something even more dangerous shows up.
We barely escaped with our lives. And I've got so many questions. What the hell is this Abyss Herald thing? And why did he seem to know who Lamine was? Who's Dainsleif? Lamine had some explaining to do, yet again. When was this girl going to learn to not keep secrets from her companions? Does she not trust us yet?
So, we meet again. A little sooner than I had expected.
Hey, it's Dane!
Judging by your expression, it seems you just experienced something quite strange. Could it be that you encountered an Abyss Herald in those ruins? I've been on the Abyss Herald's trail. I didn't expect to find you here as well. An inverted statue of the Seven, holding abyssal power in its hands. No, I have never seen such a thing during my time fighting the Abyss, though I have had my suspicions. Tell me the rest of what happened in there. So you escaped the ruin depths filled with abyssal power, and then?
And then, as we got close to the exit, an Abyss Herald suddenly appeared and blocked our way! We fought a big battle with that thing. Maybe it hasn't gotten too far yet. Let's go! A rare opportunity. With Dane helping out, maybe we'll be able to solve more mysteries about the Abyss. Those Abyss mages just now. Were they trying to ambush us?
No. They were just digging through these abandoned ruin guards looking for something of value. They seemed to be searching the remains of ruin guards for a certain valuable object to take back to the ruins. However, they look disappointed, so it would seem they haven't found it yet. All right, we shouldn't waste too much time here. Let's continue our search.
Wow! Besides the Abyss Order, ruin guards sure are active around here. Seems wherever we find an Abyss Mage hideout, there's often a bunch of ruin guards roaming around too. Is that just a coincidence? Or...
The connection between the Abyss Order and the Ruin Guards is by no means incidental. Both originate from an ancient nation that was destroyed 500 years ago, Khanria. Let's keep moving. I will tell you more of what you want to know as we continue our search.
Hold up. Ruin machines and the Abyss Order from Khanria? Very nonchalant bombshell drop there, Mr. Sleeve. You better keep your promise to tell us everything as we do your dirty work for you.
over there! It's more ruin guards and Abyss Mages.
These Ruin Guards were known as field tillers by the people of Khanria. After the destruction of Khanria, these masterless field tillers went completely out of control. They wandered aimlessly over the centuries, gradually spreading to every corner of Teyvat. But no matter their past, all that remains of them now is the danger they pose. So destroy them all. This talisman seems connected to the Abyss Herald, but why would an Abyss Mage be carrying it? Perhaps it really does contain information about their operation. Engulf the faith of the enemy in flame, and bring glory to His Highness the Prince. Loom of Fate initial operation. The Abyss, seem to be carrying out a large operation. The key word here is Loom of Fate. It seems like they are still launching the operation, or rather, are still conducting preliminary tests. In short, the first phase of the plan is related to Osyl, Overlord of the Vortex. I know of your past heroics regarding Dvalin, and I also know of the Abyss Order's role in the Storm Terror incident. Though you may not have been aware of it at the time, you were thwarting an Abyss Order operation similar to this one. They won't just corrupt Osyl's mind. They also plan to use the ancient technology behind the field tillers to completely transform Osyl's body.
Is that even possible? So wait, the Abyss Order wants to make some sort of cybernetic squid god of mass destruction?
The talisman's message states that they will use the defiled statue as a base, attaching Osyl's limbs to construct a mechanized god. And the new core that shall replace the orb usually held by the Statue of the Seven is the eye of the very first field tiller.
The eye of the very first field tiller? Oh, Paimon gets it! All those Abyss mages are looking for the special eye, right?
It would seem so. Yes. According to the talisman, the eye should be placed in the hands of the defiled statue, thereby imbuing the newly born god with the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia.
Since no one knows where the first field tiller is, how about we take the information about the statue as the starting point for our investigation? Yeah, that tone-deaf bard is too difficult to track down anyway. Let's go to the cathedral first and ask around. Maybe we'll learn something.
But the Abyss Order wants to raise Osyl again. But instead of setting him on Lewa Harbor like the Fatui, they want to use him and this eye of the very first Ruin Guard to create a mechanized god to use as a weapon against Celestia. What? For once, Paimon suggested something sensible. Hard to believe, I know. So, off we went to speak with Barbara at the cathedral. The church did indeed lose the Statue of the Seven a very long time ago. So how long have the Abyss been working on this plan? She also told us a strange story about fire raining from the sky at the ruins of Old Mondstadt, and the people called it Tyrant's Final Fury, thinking it was something to do with Decarabian. Could this actually be something to do with this first Ruin Guard? Rosaria interrupted our chat before I could ask any more questions, but she let us know that the Abyss Order were up to no good in Wolverton, and Master Jean had already headed off to investigate. Thinking this could be another lead, we rushed to Wolverton to help Jean and check on Andreas.
You, not welcome here!
So, the wolf's wretched spirit likes to raise wild pups now. You claim to be a guardian, yet your once sharp claws have clearly dulled since your days of godly glory. If you serve us, we can restore your divine powers you once held in the past. Lies. Lies. No matter how many times you resist us, your efforts are all in vain. The ceremony uninterrupted. How fortunate for you. No matter. This is but a small unforeseen variable. Our grand scheme will not be affected.
The Abyss's plan here was getting more and more confusing. What the heck did they want with Andreas? He's long dead. He only exists in spirit form now. Luckily, Andreas gave us another clue about the first field tiller. He'd once fought a machine at his proving ground that sounded a lot like an overpowered ruin guard. Combining that with the strange story of Fire Rain in Old Mondstadt, and we have a pretty solid idea that the first field tiller was not only in Mondstadt, but actually in the ruins of Old Mondstadt. Lumine took this one step further, reminding us that we'd seen a strange ruin guard some time ago.
This is it, right? Okay then, use your elemental sight to look for the eye.
This requires another method. Using elemental sight on a field tiller is of no use because it is not powered by the elements. Let me give it a try. And done.
Wow! It's
The very thing the Abyss Herald has been seeking all along. The eye of the first field tiller. All of the ruin guards today are just replicas of this machine. As the prototype, its combat capability was unrestricted. As the Abyss Order has surmised, if this eye is placed in the hands of the defiled statue, and if the limbs of Osial, Overlord of the Vortex, are attached to the statue, there you have a mechanized god. And this newly born god will have the power to topple the divine thrones of Celestia. Yes.
Then, what should we do with this eye?
No. I'll guard it myself. You may doubt me if you wish, but I must ensure it does not fall into the wrong hands. But our work isn't done yet. To avoid any further repercussions, we must also take care of that defiled statue. Let's go back to those ruins and destroy the inverted statue. If we are lucky, we will also run into that Abyss Herald. I'll make sure it doesn't get away this time.
Sure enough, the ruin guard that had somehow made it to the top of the tower at the centre of Old Mondstadt was the first field tiller. I'm still not convinced that letting Dainsleif guard this eye thing is the best idea. I still don't trust him. He's got to be hiding something from us. For now, I silenced my gut and we went back to the ruins to deal with that statue of the Seven.
Looks like we're here. An eerie, lifeless, dark chamber. I understand the evil aura you were describing earlier. Be careful to not be overwhelmed by the power of the defiled statue. The Abyss Herald. It's here.
You sense correctly. You are just as vexatious as ever, Dainsleif, enemy of the Abyss. I sense your soul is stained by terrible bloodshed, perhaps from your darkest nightmares, unless... Oh, and something far more dangerous. You reek of a corruption familiar to me.
It is your words that forever reek of corruption. Time to silence you!
an attack against the Abyss Herald. Your brother and the Abyss?
Lumine, why are you with Dane?
Uh-huh. Your brother knows Dane?
Ether, we meet again.
You shouldn't team up with this man. He is my enemy.
Ether.
But it must be said, don't try to stop me. Don't try to stop the Abyss. That man Dainsleif was the Twilight Sword, one of the royal guards of the final dynasty of Conria. 500 years ago, he failed to prevent the destruction of Conria. A curse of immortality was laid upon him, to forever wander the wilderness, while he watched the people he was supposed to protect turn into the monsters of the Abyss. Until the Abyss has engulfed the thrones, my war with destiny will see no end. Listen to me, Lumine. I have already traveled through this world once. Once you reach the end of your journey as I did, you will see for yourself the true nature of this world. So we'll meet again. Though we need not rush, sister. I have more than enough time to wait for you. We have always had enough time.
Okay. There's a lot to digest here. Let's go with the bullet points. The Abyss Order are the people of Conria, who've been cursed and turned into monsters. The Prince of the Abyss, that we've been hearing so much about, is Lumine's brother, who's taken it upon himself to lead the Abyss Order in a war on destiny, to see the Abyss engulf the thrones of Celestia. Somebody's got some big ideas there. Then we've got Dainsleif, a cursed, immortal, former Conrian royal guard, who Aether calls his enemy and is being blamed for the fall of an entire nation. Right. What's really worrying, though, is that fool Dainsleif disappeared into that weird abyss portal with the eye of the first field tiller, the exact item that the Abyss Order have been searching for all these years, in his pocket. Now I'm worried. I don't like this at all. There's so much we don't fully understand, so many unanswered questions. Any sane person would just head back to Mondstadt and deal with the threats as they appear. But we've started down this path. We have a duty to reach its end. And now Lumine's quest to find her brother and our quest to stop the Abyss Order are finally aligned. We're in for one wild ride here.